Hi. Welcome to the Q&A video I've always wanted to do. I got like 14 questions, so I guess that works. So let's start. Question number 1. What got you into Ninjago? Well, what got me was the TV in my room in 2011 when it aired. Well, when it aired in Croatia. I don't exactly know when it aired in Croatia, but probably middle of 2011. And then at some point it wasn't airing anymore, or I didn't see it air anymore. So in 2015, 16, I had HBO on demand, which is HBO Max right now, and I saw Ninjago, and I was like, there it is, let me watch it. And then I kept on watching from there and started trying to find the new seasons as soon as they released or leaked. Except I got into the fandom itself in 2018 through Facebook, and then on Instagram, and then I think it was Discord, and then I think it was Twitter. So yeah. Question number 2. I got 2 similar questions, so I combined them, which is, what is your favorite season? Excluding Dragon's Rising ones. Well then, it's Possession. Easy. If you followed me on Instagram in 2020, you would have known just how much of a Moro Kinney I was. So Possession is easily my favorite. Question number 3. Again, it was 2 similar questions. I combined them. Which characters from before Dragon's Rising do you like the most, except Garmadon and Overlord? And the question giver thought he could make me baffled because except Garmadon and Overlord. Well, you forgot to write except Moro too, because Moro. Easy. Favorite season? Possession. Favorite character before Dragon's Rising? Except Garmadon and Overlord? Moro. Though, I mean, oh yeah, Moro. Moro's the one. And Lloyd. Question number 4. What villains do you want to return? Well, honestly, I'd want them all to return at some point. Not necessarily as villains, but it would be nice, just like we saw Moro after 10 years. I mean, he was redeemed, but still. But just like we saw Moro, the same way I would like to see other characters reappear. And this is... nobody's gonna like me for this, but I would like to see the Overlord return at some point. But when he returns, I want him to return in some cool way and not be defeated so easily like in Crystallized. So yeah, that's about it. Question number 5. What's your favorite part about the Forbidden 5? Well, the way they dress up, like their hats, are intimidating. So that was the first thing that I started liking about them. Their voices are really intimidating and really fitting their characters. I like my own headcanons about them, but that's not canon, is it? And I like rocks about them. So yeah. 6th question. What do you like about Rock so much? I wanted to know why such a new character would become one of your favorites. That's actually a good question. Why do I like Rox so much? She's crazy, she's evil, she's sinister. Well, I don't know, I guess it has to do with the way I view her. She has that tribal vibes. And I like that. I mean, just look at the way I dress up daily. This is how I go to doctors and stores and police offices, like this. So I can her because I bet that if she wasn't dressed up with that hat and all that, she would have her own evil, twisted way of dressing up ethnically. So, and her design is really cool, and the way she's voice acted is really cool. So yeah. Number 7. What's your favorite song you've made? The question I fear the most. Now I'm gonna go on my channel. Wait. That's hard. Because, well, okay. Let's start with quite the easy thing. Council Anthem could be my favorite song because it had so many people in it, including Devon Mack, the voice actor of Vangelis for that song. And the memories making that song are engraved into my heart like none of the other songs. But then again, A Hero's Resolve, both the one that was original where K97I sang, and the new one where Sam Vincent, the voice actor of Lloyd, sang, both of them could be my favorite because it is one of the best orchestral instrumentals I've ever done. And it's angsty about Lloyd in Lloyd's POV. So that could be my favorite. Let's scroll the channel. Oh, and Descendant of an Onion Dragon, which it's so catchy, and the lyrics are good, and I love the contrast between my vocals on the chorus being like high and harmonized, and Raven's vocals on verses being so rough, quite the opposite of mine. It just goes so well. I think that's it from, I mean, oh yeah, wait, and Darkness Within, because Raven sang as Garmadon so good, and it took me a year to make the animatic. What else do we have? Oh, and Vajira the Messenger's Tale, also including multiple people. And me singing as Vajira, and it's like 8 minutes long. And Mesk's drawing, and Yoshi's drawing. There's a lot of songs that can be my favorite, depending on the context. So yeah, question number 8. What song did you put most work into? Well, something tells me that it's the song called Peace in the Dark. Why? Because it was my first song where I tried to make like a hardcore metal song with metal screaming, and the amount of effort I put into the Overlord's voice And metal screaming as Overlord. Well, just in general, metal screaming. Yeah, that's... But then again, maybe Darkness Within, because of the animatic. I'm looking through my channel if there's something more I could remember, but... Oh, yeah, that's kind of it for that question. Number 9. Favorite part of Dragon's Rising? Again, a question which... how do I answer this? What's my favorite part? Probably Lord Raz, because he appears in every season. I don't know what they did, but he's the main character. Not real. I mean, yes, kind of. He appears in every season, and he probably will appear in seasons 4 and 5. And if they continue, he'll appear in every season. And the thought of Ninjago franchise existing without Lord Raz in it is making me so depressed and heartbroken and devastated and angsty. Well, yeah, that's my favorite part. Easily, Lord Raz. I want to see him as a villain, as an anti-hero, and as the hero. I want to see him in all three forms. Question number 10. How do you make your cosplays and where do you get the inspo? Well, I make cosplays, the ones that are not closet cosplays. I make them by using EVA foam and a sewing machine. And where do I get the inspo? Well, seeing other cosplayers. Question number 11. What inspired you to start with the songs? Well, since I was a kid, I'm like 10 years old, I was always into wanting to make my own songs. But it was always a failure. My dad actually installed some apps and softwares and nothing came out of it. And then I was like, okay, let me try FL Studio again. And I quite easily got a hold of how to use FL Studio, and that's how it started. And before that, I was making like covers and parodies of existing songs. But what inspired me? Well, for parodies, I was inspired by Charm. She makes parodies for World of Warcraft. So that's kind of how it started. Question number 12. What was your inspiration to interview many great Ninjago folks such as voice actors? Well, there wasn't really an inspiration. There was just the urge to be like, let me message them for NinjagoCon. Maybe somebody answers and wants to be part of it. And boom! We had Sam Vincent in an actual interview. We had Devin Mack in not an interview. I mean, I sent him the questions and he answered those questions. So it is kind of an interview, but it wasn't one-on-one interview like with Sam Vincent. And same thing as with Devin Mack, we had the composer Jay Vincent, who also answered questions from me and that I gathered from other people. Question number 13. Have you heard of Dead Battle? Well, I've heard of Dead Battles, but I assume this is some sort of franchise. So, no, I haven't heard of it. And final question. Question number 14. Do you like Star Wars? No. I don't mind it. I think it's cool. But I never watched it and I doubt I ever will. And that makes my dad very sad. So that's it for the questions. Thank you for giving me those questions across Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. So that this video was made possible. I love you. Bye bye. What is this outro? Bye.